North Carolina lawmakers are considering a major change to the state's minimum wage. A proposed bill would raise the minimum wage for most to $15 an hour, more than doubling the current rate. WCNC Charlotte's Bria Smith explains what's in the proposal and what it could mean for working families who are asking, where's the money?
North Carolina's minimum wage has sat at the federal level of $7.25 since 2009, but House Bill 1059 could change that.
The wages paid to working North Carolinians must reflect the rising costs of basic necessities, and indexing the minimum wage to inflation will help preserve purchasing power over time.
The proposal by the House Democratic Caucus would raise the statewide minimum wage starting in 2027. Most businesses would have to pay workers $15 an hour. Businesses making $400,000 or less would be required to pay workers at least $11 an hour. The minimum wage would also rise over time with inflation.
We are trying to really address the cost of living across the state of North Carolina and really address workers' rights across the state of North Carolina and continue to be the voice of reason on behalf of workers and working families and working people across the state.
The bill would also allow local governments to set even higher minimum wages, reversing a long-standing restriction on local control.
It's more expensive to live in a Charlotte than it is to live in a Gastonia. It's more expensive to live out on the coast than it is to live out perhaps in the mountains. So we want to make sure that we're giving our local governments the ability to say, this is what we're seeing on the ground.
Representative Jordan Lopez says the measure also includes a new short-time compensation program aimed at helping employers cut hours instead of cutting jobs during economic downturns.
Employees would still be able to work, of course, on reduced hours because maybe wages, and then in turn, while those people are still working, even on reduced hours, they can draw partial unemployment benefits to kind of make up the difference.
Representative Terry Brown says they are listening to what matters to voters and addressing rising costs.
But we actually have to talk to folks and figure out what is really going on in your lives. What is you and your families talking about at the kitchen table? What is stressing you and keeping you awake at night? And then make policies that reflect that reality.
Today, the bill passed its first reading and is now in committee. In Charlotte, Bria Smith, WCNC Charlotte.